Welcome back, team. After you making a deployment to one app service, which we need to make sure another app service for the secondary. That is one thing. That step is pending. All right. Apart from that, you need to make sure Azure Log Analytics Workspace, Azure Service Health, Azure Monitor, and also these particular Azure service also we need to take a look. Right, team. All right. So now to fulfill further, now what exactly I'm going to show you. Let me provision one more app service as part of your secondary, and for that app service, what I will do, I'll make the deployment from your release pipeline to the secondary one. Okay, just go back to the app services section, click on create, take a web app. But you know very well that the secondary means I think we need to make sure this particular thing is there. This particular thing is getting deployed in the East Asia, which is a paid region, right? So that's the first thing. Just make sure you are going in that way. Okay. All right, team. So just come here. Next, I'm just giving app service hyphen secondary. I'm just giving a name something like this, and the code is the approach exactly we're proceeding with ASP.NET the 4.8. Just select that, and followed with the region is not East US, it's a East Asia. Okay. Just take a note on that. So once you select the East Asia, and just remaining things are keep as it is, especially the pricing drop down. Just go on the just select the basic B1. That's more than enough. Click on the deployment and the networking. Go ahead, and finally click on the create and finally create app service. So you are trying to make sure your app service has a high availability when disaster happens in your region. That is what you are trying to make sure. See, the validating got stuck here. Just step back and just proceed. Okay, one more time. It will be clear. All right. Okay. If you notice one thing, when you provision app service in the East Asia region, when you provision the app service in the primary, definitely your app service will be running on particular app service plan. This app service plan belongs to Singapore region, I mean Southeast Asia region. So when you are creating an app service in the secondary region, again there must be an app service plan which needs to be provisioned in the Hong Kong region. Those are the common things, Tim. You need to keep this point in your mind. See, what is app service plan? App service plan is an infrastructure. When it is an infrastructure, so it's a physical server. So the physical server is definitely it's bind to a region only, right? So physical server which you provision for primary in the Southeast Asia, physical server which you provision for the East Asia. So that's the point you need to keep in your mind. All right. So once you are done with your app service provisioning part, now what you need to make changes, especially when you are making a deployment. Especially go for the release pipeline. Now how to make sure how to create a second stage for your release pipeline. Click on edit button for your release pipeline. First, for better understanding, I'm just giving the stage 1 as a primary. I'm just giving this one as a primary. Just select the primary. So once you select the primary, I'm taking one more. I'm just cloning the project. Once you clone this particular stage, everything will be copied. And next thing, how you want to make the deployment to the secondary. That is the another important thing, team. You tell me one thing, team. Whenever you are making a deployment from release pipeline to primary or secondary, how is your architecture? How exactly we place your architecture? From release pipelines to your deployment should go parallelly, one to primary, another one to secondary, right? That is what exactly you planned. Okay. So there is no any dependency between these two. That's a point you need to remember. Just come back here. What exactly I'm trying to prove here is you no need to keep dependency here. This dependency means once primary will be deployed, then secondary will be deployed. No, I don't require that actually. You just take a point here. Just click on after release. What will happen when you click on after release, team? This arrow, whatever the arrow you are seeing, this arrow will be connected here. After release means whatever the artifact is placed here, it will be directly connected there. Just click on that, see, it got connected here. So now what exactly the point we need to achieve? See, when it is getting connected for this particular release, this is what exactly I'm talking about here. So your artifact is there. Same artifact you need to deploy in the primary and secondary. That's the point you need to understand. Correct? The same artifact only we need to deploy. That's completely aligned. Click on the secondary one task. You just go there, team. There you can see. You just try to modify this one according to your according to your understanding. Okay, for example, something secondary. Especially when you go to the app service hyphen this particular app service name, this is very important team. Can you please open the drop down? See, you are seeing the second one. Please select the secondary one. That's all you need to do, team. Just save it. That's awesome. You selected really well. Just go for the pipeline. Now you are seeing two sections. One is for primary, another one is secondary. That's good. So once you are done with this particular thing, now if you take a release, what it is asking you, see, your deployment is directly going to primary and also going to secondary also. So two things you are telling here, team. Okay, two things you are telling here. Okay, all right, not an issue. You can redeploy one more time in the primary. No, you don't want to replace the primary one. Just uncheck this one. If you uncheck this one, if you click one more time, what will happen? The blue color is turned to the gray color. So meaning that you turned automatic to manual. I'm doing one more time. Just read this one. See, I'm just mousing over. When you're mousing over, what is the point exactly you're reading here? It's automated trigger, team. It's automated trigger. What does that mean? That does it mean the moment when you click on the create button, immediately it will be deployed. That is what the meaning for that. But if you click one more time, then when you click on the create button, this one will not be deployed. This one will turn to the manual. You need to deploy. You need to provide one more click. Then only you can deploy. That's what turning to the manual means, team. Okay. For now, if you want to deploy two at the same time, awesome. Not an issue. Just select those two. Just click on create, team. Now release 3 got created. You can check this one. See. I think it is waiting for the same agent pool. So what are the agent pool? What is the agent pool you just selected? See, it's been picked up. It will be picked up randomly. Okay, there is no order. I think it will be picked up randomly. And sometimes it will go first, sometimes this one will go first. Doesn't matter for us because there is no dependency anyway, right? No problem for us. But if there is a dependency, connect this one after this. Then first this one is executed, then only it will proceed or something like that. So these two depends upon the same agent. That's why it is waiting for the agent. That's where exactly it is proceeding for. So for good, team, let's wait for a few seconds so that your deployment will be good for the secondary also. Then you come back here and just open the secondary. The same React.js application got deployed on the secondary side also. So from the architecture, from the release pipeline, you have made the two connections. That's really good. Where you have deployed one to primary, another one is secondary. That's really awesome. Thank you for the session. See you in the next part.